Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Soares. Oh, here, stop. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. Hello. Huh. Everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. Hello, everybody. Okay, so thanks for tuning in for another day. Another day here. Oh, let me make sure I close everything down that I have here open because, it's been acting up. And some of you have said that it is happening all over. It's not just me. Okay. So it makes it feel better. But it's okay. See here. See. Close. Should I? Okay. 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 So drink a little water. So how have you been, guys? Huh? Hmm? So very interesting, I find. No, very interesting. Everything. So we are, it's such an interesting moment. Okay. Everything is going on. Rosa Radio. Rosa Radio. Yeah, Rosa Radio. So, guys, did you see also that? So there was a poll that they released today that Biden is supposedly 11 points ahead of Trump. So I wonder why they are desperate. No, I find it interesting they're desperate. Okay, 11 points. But those polls, guys. I don't know how because really it's all about the separate states. But it's interesting. Okay, 11 points is significant, pretty significant. Okay, significant. Yeah. So just so you know, just keep that in mind. When we hear things, just this is the truth, and this is so interesting, guys. This is the truth. Okay, and have you seen this in any news? That is when I complain about the news sometimes, it's this. This is the fact. Okay, this is a fact. So that's what's really going on. This is the background of it. Is that Biden is leading massively. Okay, and so they're try to hold on to their. And Francis is asking quickly here. Rosie, are we in the worst of it yet, or do you? No, I think I've said before, guys. This was the reading that I did. I think it was Monday about the moon. I think that's when we're gonna. When I think the worst is gonna happen when just as Trump is leaving. We're not in the worst of it yet. Okay, it's gonna escalate until he leaves. Okay, it's like I think I've said this before, though, right? That there's no plateau, there's no improvement until he goes. I mean, this is not, it's not like, I've never seen like there's no like, oh, suddenly he's like normal. Have you seen him? Has he ever been normal? Have things improved since he started? You know what I mean? No, there it's always it's go. You know what I mean? It gets more and more and more extreme until he goes. Because guys, this is where I was. This is kind of like I want to talk to you a little bit about also. We developing some strategies, still holding on because like I said, you can control your routine, the things you do, the stuff you care about, because it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Okay, really, yeah. So yeah, it's like, yeah, no, this is okay. Yeah, he's yeah. I read this news. Okay, but I didn't even post it, guys, because it's not particularly relevant. Okay, right? Like I don't think. I don't know. I mean, we'll be interesting. I think I looked into it, right, like before, but let's see. Okay, I was gonna say. Anyway, like I said, it's important that you do have things to do other than watch the news, and that because it's going to go worse, and they're going to, they pollute the news with fear mongering. You can't imagine. Okay, but don't spend your time imagining the worst. Like I said, I'm trying to say this: hold on to simple things, life things that you care about, because it's. Think what I mean by worst is also losing control of everything. I know. Okay, the worst levels would be something like I said, some sort of like a water, tragedy, like some sort of like a earthquake, not earthquake, talk about tsunamis. This is not even, you don't need a psychic to know this, guys. The way that things are going, the economy is going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get far worse. People start, you know what I mean? This is not even, you don't need a psychic to see it. It's the way, if nothing drastic is done, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to say is that also there could be some sort of attack by foreign countries. But this, guys, go back and look at the stuff of astrology, okay? Stuff of astrology, and I think that between June 5th and July, June, I think it's June 5th and July 5th, okay? That's when there's 3 eclipses. I think that is going to be the worst. And if you go back to the Monday, Francie, I said, what did the thing of Monday said? This is the deepest, the darkest day is going to be July 5th, and is also the day when everything changes. Does it make sense? So it's kind of like, I'm not saying that you should be thinking this is, but it's almost like the wrong question. It's like the question you should be asking, Francie, is how can it get better for me? What can I do to make my life better, given that everything is out of my control? Because you can't. This is essentially the question you should ask, because it's not. We're not going to see an environment that is going to be pleasant. Okay, so if you react, this is, you cannot react like, you're like, okay, what can I do in my life? What projects can I undertake? What are things that I could do that will make me feel better? Because this is, and I'm not, you guys, as you know, not a negative person, but I'm just telling you, okay, I'm telling you, it's not going to get better until he leaves. And put the idea, like, forget about it. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Because why? Because they're desperate, and the more desperate they are, the crazier they get. Okay, I'm serious, guys. Think about it. Like, even this news of today, it's like, this is a good news, right? That Biden is 11% ahead, not 11 points, right? So think about how bad it is for them, how desperate they must be right now when they read this news. They see this is the fact. They're capable, and then Trump is already talking about trying. This is what I'm saying. Don't think about the negative. This is the other thing, guys. Play the role of the person. Like, you have to be responsible for your life and try to improve yourself. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, try to do things that you enjoy that make you feel better. Because if we rely on the political situation, on the world news to make us feel better, it's never going to happen. Okay. And even, guys, this is, again, it's not to make you feel sad or anything. It's more about, like, realism, I guess, if you can call it that. Okay, if there is such a thing. It's more about preparing. Okay, preparing for like, I think, guys, the summer is going to be insane. Okay, days when, like I said, and after, this is the other thing, not just that, but after he leaves. Exactly. Crank up the music and dance. So after he leaves, there's gonna be another type of hardship, which is reality hitting. I think what's happened now is that Trump controls the news cycle to such an extent that we can't even go into depth, and he controls what can come out or what can't come out. So, he bullshit. Oh, he took the medicine, he took this, he took that. And so once we can finally look at everything, it's gonna be really harrowing to realize. For us, maybe not as badly, but to a lot of people, like, oh my God, I can't believe they were doing this, so much of this. So there's going to be a different, it's almost like, but I think it's going to be better, because at least we're going to be dealing with the problems, dealing with them, not escaping them, or, as a country, the cleaning up the mess, and also putting people, and that's what I think, guys, when why justice has to happen, because until we get, this has to be, what I mean? It's very serious. Okay, so we don't know how bad it is yet. So this is it. Does it make sense, Francie? Like I said, I don't want you to get paranoid or scared, but I want you to, like, find things, like, plant some, deal with your plants, or cook something, or connect with your family. There has to be things that you care about that are not this, because if this is a source of your happiness in any way, it's going to be bad. You know what I'm saying, guys? No, seriously, like, okay. You know what I mean, guys? Seriously, like, I'm serious. Like, I don't mean to be, but that's what I think. Okay, is I don't know what else. I'm not saying that there's some other, like, okay, so can I tell you, like I said, if out of worst things that could happen is more natural disasters. Okay, more natural disasters, and an attack from a foreign country that is helping Trump, like Russia or something like that, while this mess is going on. So I'm not saying this is going to happen. We should all come together and not make it happen. Help focus on the positive side of things. But I'm just telling you, okay, don't expect. This is why you have to minimize this news, even though I'm guilty of it. Okay, here we are together talking about the news. But I think at the same time, processing it in a way that is not like, oh my God, right? So then the question, okay, let me actually start here with just a quick question. I start with protection, and then I'll get into what Francie brought. I'll let ask what protection, beautiful red light, huh? Coming on top of my head as I breathe in, feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that informations come only from the highest sources. That it create the good, huh? And only the good, huh? The good for the good people. The good for the good people. Okay, now the protect the connect. Okay, so really, so Francie asked the question: How much worse can it get? And also, what can we do? Given, okay, this is maybe turning the question around to make it more, proactive. Okay, as opposed to reactive, right? So in the sense of like, what can, given that we know that things are very likely to get worse in ways that we don't really know yet, what can we do? How can we prepare ourselves for what is going to be? And I'm telling you guys straight, okay, it's going to be a shaky summer, a very unpredictable and difficult. Okay, so what can we do given that this is likely to happen? Okay, center yourself. If you live in a house, that you could put your feet on the earth, center yourself with your energy. Okay, do something that is creative. Okay, creating the positive outcome, doing something that makes you feel good for others. Okay, because like I said, it's about returning to your own powers, and having control, and having like ownership and control over your own life. Okay, so because otherwise, it's like, what can I do now? Forget about Trump, forget about the political situation. What can I do to make my life feel better? Or even, just simple things like I can sew something, I can make somebody a piece of cake, or I can, watch comedy. I know, like Janie said that she watches because like this is almost like, it's almost like, literally, really guys, this is on the, it's not even it's like it's on the menu basically. Okay, honestly, I'm not saying this, almost like I don't think we have a choice, we just have to get through this, but it's not going to happen. Okay, working my flower bed gives me joy, Jade. So everybody has something different, like some project that you've always wanted to work on. Because I think, guys, that's the other thing. I think we're going to, after this, it's going to be a lot of work for all of us in different ways. Okay, so if there's a project that you haven't finished, then go back and finish it, do all the things. So I have to tell you, even me, like just my own example, I told you I was writing the books about the cards, and then I swear to God, guys, it's been a year that I was just found the documents, because I got a new computer over Christmas, and so just so I could get this Apple program that is like a word processor, but it's better because it's really good for newsletters and ebooks. So finally, I was like working on it. I met whatever, and it's, guys, I was like, oh my God, I've written it. It's almost completely written. I just have to finish the editing and put it together. I barely have to write anything else. I just have to organize because I didn't have the program to organize. I had the different programs for outlining different types of writing, but not the one to make the ebook. So now it's like, oh my God, so much easier. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling you. Finish whatever it is that you put aside. Time to finish. And that every day it makes me feel better when I'm closer to finishing, and I'm closer to writing the thing about energy. All those things. It's little things. It may seem, it's just like you have to have some routine that this is it's actually not tarot. It's Sibylla. It's just, first one is, I want to write 4 books, okay, about this, but the main one, the first one, is a Sibylla. Okay, but it's long. Why is it long? Because I explain my method. It's complicated because I have to explain my method. I explain how you learn. I create different exercises for learning and how you learn and how you create storytelling. It's complicated. It's a long thing. But then the other ones are going to be quick because I will have already explained my method. So you know what I mean. So first, it's mostly, it's, of course there's a parts about the meanings of the cards, but that is the secondary almost, because it's kind of complicated to explain to people how you learn, how you create meaning, how do you memorize things, how do you know what I mean. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Interesting. You know what I mean? Like, so this is it, guys. But like I said, it's written mostly. It's mostly written. It's just organizing. It's a lot of information, and organizing in the design, in the way that's nicely designed. Because before it was like, okay, yeah, but it's not, it's any book, okay? It's not really like, because it's a book, it's, But yeah, guys, but we'll have test versions and everything. But anyway, so it's good. What I'm telling you is this: is like I had put aside. I don't know even know why, guys. Oh, I know why. As you know, I have ADD, so I mostly focused on the medical things that are like really interesting because it's almost like cards for me. I'm like, oh, whatever. I know them. I don't have to think about them. It's not challenging in some ways. I think I was like, I already know them, but the reality is actually it is interesting. When I think about it, the method is interesting. How do I like teaching people things? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I like teaching things. How do you remember things? How do you tell your own story? It's more important. So anyway, I'm just here. I am talking about myself, but I mean, you guys could do this too. Different things you were writing on, different things, because this is the time, guys. This is the time when everything is suspended. Everything is suspended. So it's the time to finish. Okay, to finish things. Okay. And I know I've said it before. Okay, I'm gonna start like I know I've been behind on my newsletter. Okay, and everything. So I'm gonna start featuring you guys, okay, on the newsletter. Talk about you, your projects, the things you do, and different ideas. I'm gonna get started on this, so we can have a more of a news about the community and what you do and the things you care about. You know what I mean? So this is, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. So genealogy, how interesting. Okay, yeah. So okay, okay. So anyway, guys. So this is again positive energy. Energy always positive on, build the things that you can build, because like I said, the world could be falling apart. I'm serious. Okay. I don't want to scare you. I'm just telling you this on the menu. The world could be, everything that we know could be has to be reworked. So it's going to be tough. But if you focus on the things you want to write or you want to create, that is something you have control over, you know? Okay. So anyway, so that's the story, guys. Interesting. Okay. So, oh my God, guys. So today, okay. So let's see here. Let's okay. There's a lot of stuff about the Flynn thing. Okay, there's a lot of things. Okay, but I want to start with this question because so Vilas in the group. Okay, so she wrote something about the COVID. The opening. So it's just because this is a question that has stayed. Okay, so yeah, so for Indivisible, I was gonna call, email me. Okay, email me. Okay, but just not now. Don't put it now necessarily because I've started the live stream, but email me and we'll talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about, I want to write about it. I could write about it, and whatever, just let me know. Okay, just contact me, but not here. Okay, not, later, like on the email or something like that. Okay, anyway, so let me go back here to this story. Okay, so Vilesa asked me about the reopening because we're dealing. Yes, I know. Just because I was thinking. By the way, just quickly, Divisible. I want to say also, I want to publish your story about his signature and the inauguration. I thought it was such a good story. But anyway, so, and there's other people have their newsletters and their things. So I want to talk about it. But anyway, so just as the beginning, I'm going to continue so you guys can also, eventually once I need to get started, behind. Okay. So anyway, so just going back here. Okay, now I have to focus, guys. Okay, I have to do a better job of not looking so much also the comments because I had to get started. So anyway, so I'm just going back here to Villas. Villas had a question. I think it was even Monday. It was about all those reopenings that are happening in the country. Okay, and the question was specifically about Wisconsin. Okay, because that's when they are okay. Here tonight, when you do the live stream, can you look into the situation for COVID-19 in Wisconsin after the Wisconsin Supreme Court decision to open up the state for business? I'm really curious to know if they are going to suffer consequences. So this is the thing, guys. As in a way, like for example, even New York, the numbers are much different. Thank God, there's a much lower numbers of people going to the hospital. It's still serious, but then you have these other states that are reopening. So what's going to happen? And especially, like, I think, guys, Michigan, Wisconsin, it was a very serious situation. Okay, like all these areas where the Republicans are really fighting. It was really kind of scary. So what's going to happen? Okay, with all the protest, I protesting. Yeah, I protest. Okay, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then others people that are so just because I'm behind, like I said, like I said, guys, here. Okay, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so what's gonna happen here with this people? Okay, let's say here, question of villas. Okay, so Wisconsin after. Okay, what's gonna happen in Wisconsin? You know, it was a really strange image. Okay, it was a really strange image, and the cards might help with this, but it was that it was imagine if it was like a field. It was like field and then cards like cards like this. Okay, like it was not a house of cards, but it was like what I understood here was that the governor is trying to create minimal protection. Like the stuff that the governors were doing wasn't like they were doing actually something extreme. It was like let's protect the population because there isn't. In other words, the cards are not enough to protect the population. But let's try to put them like it's some. Let's do something because we don't know what this is. We don't know how this spreads. So then the people are like, no, let's take it. Let's take it down. It's too much. It's too much. But what is showing me is that the protection put on by the governor wasn't actually, it's not a huge thing that they were doing. It's just like that's the only thing that could maybe protect people. So then the cards fall, and then from above, from the earth, this is like such a strange thing, from the earth, above, from the earth something emerges. It looks like fleshy, but in other words, and then it's like people like really sick. So in other words, i think I think the governor there was trying to create a situation that was protecting people. That's the bottom line. And they're like, no, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. So then the sickness is going to spread around. Okay. And the other thing I see too is that like, this is a sad thing, guys. People are going to get, it's not like they're going to get randomly sick, but imagine like every work, like you're working with someone and then they got really sick and they leave, and then they like kind of like we were talking about meat plants, right? It's very easy to contaminate people if you work in the same, if one person is sick and you, let's say you work in a small company with, I don't know, 45 people, and then they work in one open place, open, what is it, open floor kind of setup. If one person gets sick, 20 people could also get sick. Think about the numbers of contamination. So it could happen like this, that you have these like outbursts, like one area has it and then another area, it's very difficult to contain. It's harder. Okay. And people is showing that the thing that was like below, below the surface, it could get worse. Okay. And not all because those people like, oh no, but they were claiming that and what I understand here from their vision that makes it so kind of interesting is that for the protesters' perspective, it was too much. But from my perspective here, it was the bare minimum. So it doesn't make sense. So it's kind of like it's much more serious. Okay. And like I don't know what they were thinking, but it okay. You know what I mean? So this is the thing, guys, and this is the thing you have to remember. Some of your Phyllis is saying it's Phyllis, I feel like it's not so much of their. This is the scary part is that those people that are going to do these protests are paid. Okay, they're not the masterminds. It's the wealthy people like the Coke Network types people, Scott Walker types people, okay, that are pushing this. And this is the thing. It's like once it spreads, it's a very serious disease, okay? If you catch it, it's serious, okay? So, okay. So this is it, okay? This is the thing. That's what is said about it is that it was kind of under the radar or something, but now it goes up and nobody knows, okay? Because guys, because I think I've said before, I think closed spaces are so dangerous. Okay, so if you work with, it's almost like I think going to the supermarket. Okay, going to the supermarket and then like it's not as dangerous as being in a workplace. Honestly, the most dangerous thing I think is being in a workplace, and the spirits are like, yeah, because everybody's close together. That in public transport, it's like everybody's close together in an environment like that, and the air, the thing fly, goes in the air, and you know what I mean. So it's like, okay, So it's gonna, and I think it's gonna be, they're gonna have to rethink it. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. Okay, so now, okay, now let's see what's okay. Now let's see. Let's actually look at Wisconsin going forward, because you know what it is, guys. I said before, I think those people that are anti this thing are going to eventually suffer, and it's going to change their minds. Is it okay? Is it going to change their minds? Okay, so let's see what's going to happen in Wisconsin. Let me. I will ask. I like to ask Spirit to show me a group of people or family or something that is, that is pushing this, that is pushing the reopening and believes it completely. What's going to happen to them over time? Okay, just one second, just quickly. AMC, I'll ask about your stepdaughter. Okay, your stepdaughter later, but one second. Yeah, because I see that this person, let's say here, okay, I see that this woman's like, like so angry and going to these protests, but then somebody they know gets very sick. Somebody they know gets very sick, and then like they get very sick, and then ventilator, and people are dying. They know, and it's like, oh, but they thought, but it wasn't that supposed to be that serious. I'm taking hydroxychloroquine or whatever. It's like, no, it doesn't help. And it's like, it's a nightmare to them, because when, those people, guys, when it happens to them, what? 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 Right? So they're like, wow, my God, what happened? What's happening? Oh my God. Oh my God. So, okay. So, okay. So I think, there's nowhere to go. I think those Republicans, they kind of run away. You know what I mean? When they're asked for solutions, they kind of, oh, I don't know, and the thing falls apart, and they have to finally follow the thing. Okay, I just feel like people get sick, and those people, guys, I almost think that those people, almost because they're so angry for whatever, they're kind of naturally angry for anything, they're gonna try to engage in riskier behavior, like going to like gatherings and doing all these things, just to show, just to own the libs, they call it, right? So just to show that it's bullshit, and then it's, they're gonna get it, more likely, because they're gonna try, like, I don't care, cuff on my face, do this and that. They don't care. They feel like it's not real. They're making it up. So okay, so okay. Oh, and the other thing, guys, I was watching, late last night. I recorded on my Hulu. Sometimes I watch the Rachel Maddow, and that she was saying that the countries that are doing worse are the countries that are led by the fake news presidents, like Brazil, which is very bad now. Russia, the numbers are huge for Russia. Okay, Russia is the second country in terms of infections. Okay, the U.S. is on top, and then it's the UK also. So you know what I mean. So this is okay. So this is the interesting. Okay, so the countries where they're pushing these ideas are getting, people are getting sicker and sicker. So okay, okay. So let me just go back to the. Okay, so this. Okay, so then, let's see, lockdown. Okay, so Dem governors sued. What will happen now, as far as like succeeding preventing full lockdowns? And let's say the red states in general, red states. Okay, so what's gonna happen to these areas? People are just, guys, the thing is, this is what is so scary. It's like suddenly you're walking down the street and you get so sick that you can't, people I've talked to that has, like, you can't do anything. And so they suddenly go to like the emergency room, and they can't, it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's very serious, very serious. So like, okay, so it's like, it's such a severe, okay. Okay, so this is the thing. I feel like that is happening, and you kind of have to keep going as if nothing was happening, as if you couldn't they can't even talk about it. Okay, so isn't that crazy? It's crazy when you think about it, but is that's what it is. What it is. Okay. So we're gonna okay. Okay, let me just ask a question. Quick question. Okay. 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 So let me just quick question here. Okay. So and did you see, this is really interesting. The numbers for Trump are dramatically down, and senior citizens in Florida hate Trump now. You see, did you see? Because they got so scared, and they realize that they're not, people are not stupid. If you want that, if you're causing a situation where they could die, okay. So okay, what's going to happen to Florida, for example? I think people are going to start hearing. I went to this rest. You know how, for example, guys, if you ever when you get food poisoning or something, it's rare. Like if you go to a place and then everybody got food poisoning, everybody knows where they ate something. So the situation is worse. It's like you don't even know where, but it's traveling around. You have to pretend. This is the thing. You pretend like it's not happening, but it is happening. Okay. And so it's gonna come, oh, this is a question that I have. When we have a new president, okay? When we have a new president, are we gonna have a national rule about this? Yes, because it's not good. I think it's also saying that by the time we have a new president, the numbers of people that are infected, okay, the number of people that are infected have gone down in the states that did something, and the states that didn't, nothing's happening. The guys, they are faking, like in Georgia, they're faking the numbers, right? They're making it up so that people don't see what's really happening. So then they don't see what's really happening. So the reality then comes out, okay? The reality comes out. And then that's it. You can only pretend for so long, and then people are dying and they are sick. And it's not fake, okay? It is not fake. It is not fake, okay? It is not fake at all. Okay, it is very serious in fact. Okay, okay, so so this is it, guys. This is the answer then for the question. Okay, so AMC had a question about her daughter. What is it? Stepdaughter lives in Madison. Oh, so what's happened to her? Okay, AMC's stepdaughter. AMC, this is like such a random thing to say, but I see that if I don't know if she has what I'm saying is seeing this image of like a water park or some sort of something. You know how the area sometimes they have lakes where they have like jet skis. Like it's a place with water, near water or something. It's a park where a lot of people go during the summer. But I'm talking about the park. The people go in the water, okay, in the summer. So it's either some sort of water park or river thing. Okay, I don't know what. Like so it's very popular there, and so it's telling me here, tell her to not go, tell her to resist going, because it's something that everybody goes, it's really fun in the summer or something like that. Okay, I don't know exactly where or it is, but that's what I'm sensing, is that don't go. It's like something that everybody's going to want to do. Interesting. She lived near the lake, people do go in. Yeah, it's like, to me it seems not like a carnival, but it's like a lot of people, it's like a big party outside near the water. People go, it's really fun, almost like a music festival or something like that. So it's telling, no, don't go. It's telling her, just don't go, try to not go, because it's gonna be like people are gonna go, they're gonna get they're gonna get sick, because it's kind of those environments, guys, for some reason. Okay, let me just ask a question, but is it being outside? I don't know. I don't know the names. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go into that much detail. It's not a personal. Okay, just quickly, just for her here. I don't know what it is, but okay. So what is it? Okay, So why, okay, how could people catch it if it's okay, it's in the water, it's sunny. What is wrong? I mean, right, like you would, okay, I'm just being the devil's advocate here. So what could be so bad? I'm just, their point of view. What could be so bad about something like this? Okay, what could be so bad? Why would they get sick? It's saying people drunk. People drunk talk to each other, hug each other, okay, very close. So it's just saying that then you people like this, okay? So it's true, guys. I'm getting here. Gatherings are dangerous, okay? Gatherings are, and it's I see this very specific. Oh my God, this is so specific. You know those when you have campgrounds, you have those tables. I forgot what they're called, but those tables. They're like, it's a table, and then the seats are like a plank. You know what I'm talking about? It's not like separate seats, but it's like a one long thing. What everybody, okay, everybody like sits on this plank one next to each other. There's no separation. Exactly, picnic tables like that, okay. It's say showing me that people would go to this river, not the water thing, and there would be a lot of bars that would have this picnic table setups, okay. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is the kind of thing. It's like sitting next to each other and you talk to the person who's next to you, stuff like that, okay. So is that like they're sitting, that's like people drinking, and it's like it's too close. It's saying too close, and even it's showing me even the bathroom. Like the bathrooms are kind of gross, and like, there's nothing to wash your, sometimes like when places are busy, they don't have the soap to wash the hand, they don't have anything. So everything kind of, you share germs together. You share together germs. Okay. So interesting, I find it interesting. Okay. So interesting. So okay. So it's tough, especially for younger to not be like gathering, okay, with people. So yeah, so okay, but it's just saying, like, I think, it's, in other words, it's like places that are like in the summer, people will like to gather. This is, I get it, guys, why the summer is dangerous even more, because people want to gather, they want to go to popular places, they want to be among groups, they want to be, public events, music festival, all these things, and that is exactly what is the most, it creates danger, okay. So okay, so it telling me here, just avoid, go to like, and this is the other thing that I think it's not counterintuitive, it's against our own instinct, okay, is saying also, like, if you, even if you have pool parties, okay, in your house, okay, okay, and then even avoid strangers, like if you don't know the person, if they, this is like avoid, unless, you know okay, 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 so that's the story, okay, all right. Okay, so next, okay. Okay, so okay. Okay, just quickly then. I posted the update here just quickly. So Biden leads Trump by 11 points in the national poll as approval of coronavirus response takes down. Okay. So how's Trump feeling? How are the Republicans feeling about this? What do they think? They like. And how is this going to change as it gets closer to the election? It's going to get worse because it's saying the people that voted for Trump, if they feel betrayed by him, they're going to turn against him closer. As they see that the people they know get sick, they're going to get closer. So, so okay. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm not okay. So like I didn't even put that in the order of questions because this is like, this information, but let me just like, not this information. This is true. They are truly going after, but it's just like, okay. So okay. So I don't know. So anyway, so I don't know what that is. Head hunting. What the hell is this? I don't, you know what? I don't know what this means. Okay. So what the hell is that? So anyway. So anyway, so like so okay, so let me focus on the news that I wrote, okay? Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's focus on the other news, okay, here. Now, like I said before, guys, let's try to not say what they're doing. Like have we talked, can we focus on like, okay, okay, like let's not focus on like they're doing what they're saying, okay, again. Let's focus on this. Okay, anyway. So let's focus here on the Flynn. Now, there have been several developments we have to talk about. I think it's important to talk about it today about the Flynn kids. Okay, so just so you know, so yesterday came out that Judge Sullivan set the date for Flynn oral arguments for July 16th. Okay, so this would be, guys, around or after, like, remember the last eclipse is on July 5th. So I'm thinking that the whole thing with Trump has already happened. The results of the Supreme Court will come out after this, or I'm sorry, right before the most. So anyway, so what he's do, as you know, what he's having them do, okay, he's having them do is to have to explain, oral arguments and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So okay, so and then on June 10th, the other judge that S. Sullivan appointed, John Gleason, is going to have a response done by June 10th. Okay. So, and today I even saw, I didn't post, guys, but there's a lot of amicus briefs, okay, already. Okay. So that's going to happen. And the other thing is like the Flynn attorney, that crazy woman, MAGA woman, she's like, they have to dismiss this. She's going to the appeals court before the case was even decided to try to force them to dismiss the case. And it's not going to happen. Not so easy, bitch. Not so easy. Okay. So what, okay, guys, so what should we I just so you know, so this is relevant because as we know, and this is, guys, what does it mean, 2 months away? So I think Barr wanted things to happen quickly, but it's not going to happen so quickly. No, I find it interesting. And this is just the oral argument, so it's going to take even more time for him to decide to write something up. So does it make sense? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be August by the time he comes to some sort of decision. So okay, 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 so now let's see here. What's going to happen? Okay, let's focus on, like, so what's going to happen on the, or with the oral arguments by the time that happens? What's going to happen then? Okay, July 7th, 16th. Okay, because okay, what's going to happen then? And it's so interesting, guys, because it shows that the brightest minds, are going to be arguing against it. Okay. And I see the people they're going to have to, because another thing I have to look at, how Barr moved the person who signed off on this. He moved the person away from that. Just move the guy, the Timothy Shee. Okay. So he moved the guy. Why? Well, I wonder why. Because he doesn't want him to have to explain it. So, and the other thing, guys, as you know, Flynn has already talked about Trump. So the judge, I also feel like I see a deep humiliation, because it's possible that they could even talk about how Flynn is a co-conspirator with Trump. You know what I mean? And like, obviously, it's like he's moving to free himself. So it just shows that it's an embarrassing situation. I don't think they're having a hard time finding people who can defend this in front of the judge, and it's going to be so high profile. They could kill their careers immediately by doing this. Okay, like, really. Okay, so it's embarrassing. Okay, so what's okay? What will okay? And what will the judge do? What will he do? What will he decide? Guys, I don't know if I don't know if the sentence. I think I have a hard time believing he's gonna be dismissed. I think he's gonna sentence because I see him when I see him say the defendant should report to the prison day X. Okay, I think he could order him to actually go to prison instead. Okay, so like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know I just think this is not gonna work. Is he gonna know? I don't think he's gonna know. He's not gonna dismiss the case. But let's see with the cards. So what's gonna happen? Okay, you know what I mean? It's like because once you force them to explain what is it. Oh, because what are they gonna say? The FBI did something wrong, and the FBI, like there's a lot more. You know at that legal level, you have to do more than bullshit like this. Okay, bullshit is not enough. Okay. So okay, now what is I'm just quickly before I do the cards. What is Bar thinking? What does Bar think? It's like I told you before, guys, the other day, it's a bluff. They bluffed. They were he's not kicking things, just pushing. It's like he's okay. Because he knows, guys, this is the thing. The only I told you before, when I first looked into it, I told you guys he was not gonna go with pardon because pardon is the admission of guilt. Why aren't they pardoning him? Because Trump is a co-conspirator, and you know what, guys? Not only is that he confessed to the crimes. He told Mueller about the crimes Trump committed. Okay, so it's not only can it be done, but the whole point is that he's a witness against Trump, and that's why he's part. You know, he does not want this to go through. So it's not a good situation all around because the guy has already, you know, if he had not admitted, but the situation is he has already admitted, so it becomes difficult even for okay. So what's going to happen then? July 16th. What is going to happen? And you know, and then what is the judge gonna? What is Sullivan going to decide? What is going to happen there? First, okay, so it's bad. Okay, so what's going to happen then? Oh, sorry. Oh no. Oh yeah. Look, it's good, guys. I hope so. So look, this is the past. This is could create a painful ending, and this is the sun. The sun is the best card for us because it exposes everything. So they're gonna go back, show the thing into the past, and they're gonna create a painful ending when everything. Well, you know how look how horrible they are. If the sun comes to them, they're like vampires. Ah, everything they freak out. They go ah. Okay, so they look at the money. A lot of money here. Personal finances. Okay, somebody got paid here from the broad. So yeah, I have information. I have it here. Oh yeah, anger. Hmm. Contempt, right? Blockage. They're blocked. No, 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 no. Okay. Hopeless. Oh no, sad for him. Ah, letter. I have letter. I have letter for him. I have many letters. Many letters. Oh, the big prize. So I told you before, guys, that Flynn, one of the things he talked about, even in the email, in the text during the inauguration, he said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get the big money, guy, man. It's gonna go through. We're set for life." I forgot exactly what he said, but it's like, yeah, the information shows the uncovering of the big prize. Okay. Oh, and that he's an enemy. This is a card enemy. That he is a local enemy. So no, not only, guys, you know what? This is like they're so stupid. These people. If only he could be free. He could be a free man right now, Flynn. But he decided. This is the thing. He decided to stay because he could get money, guys. He could have somehow maintained some honor if he had walked away, having told all he knows. Instead, he decided to walk back, and then he's gonna suffer. He's gonna spend time in jail, and he has already talked. Doesn't make sense. He had already talked, so it's worthless whatever he does now. So he could have just like he could be free now. He could, oh, I'm done. Bye. See you later. Okay. Instead, and he could even have, because guys, the other thing. Let me ask another question about Flynn. He gets military pension. I wonder if he's going. If you're a traitor, just don't get pension. You should not get pension. You betrayed your own country. Why should you get pension? Okay. So I want to know, are they going to get his military pension? Okay, because it's not fair. This is the thing. If he had walked away, like, okay, said that he told everything he knew, maybe he had a case that he's like, okay, I admitted my wrongdoings. I'm a new person, whatever. But it's like he continues, so he's gonna lose more. So what's gonna happen to his military pension? Is he gonna lose it? He should lose it. Okay, God's defeat for him. Oh no, defeat for him. Is he gonna lose? Oh, look, madness. So guys, it's like, you know what, like, he's out, guys, I think he is crazy. He's a type of person who can be influenced to do things. Okay, so what's gonna happen to him? Friend of the court gave an opportunity. So I don't know, guys, I wonder. Okay, strategy. I wonder if he could still look. This is like exposure and the loss. So I think they might. Oh, this is what I think. Okay, he might get a second chance still, but he has to. I told you guys, I saw him in the past, the recent readings I done. I saw him having to stop to be a witness in all kinds of different trials. He has to talk now, big time. Okay, so he's gonna have to talk about the stuff that went on in the election. So I think, in other words, I think he may. I don't. I mean, who knows? I don't know exactly how it's gonna happen, but if he's gonna, there's gonna be a lot that has to happen. Okay, so he's gonna talk. He's gonna talk. Okay. 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 So okay. Okay. So next question here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So in other words, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be humiliating, and it's gonna be Barr, and all those people are upset. Now let me ask about the guy. Now let me ask two questions here. First is that the Trump administration is replacing Barr's loyalist who signed on the dismiss Flynn case motion. So his name is Tim Shee. Okay, Timothy O'Shea. Okay. So what's gonna happen to, why did they move him? This is a curious question, because I'm thinking to myself, they didn't want him to have to talk to the judge. Yeah. Oh, huh. Why? What happened to him? Oh, Putin said no, trash. No, not him. Okay. Hmm. Losing control. Losing control. The good people are winning. What's happening here? Putin made offer for me. I go. I go. Anywhere he go, look. The offer. This is interesting. The offer Putin is over. We made the offer, it didn't work. Oh no. Oh, good. Also, this is stress. So it's like, it didn't work, and I'm stressed out because the stars behind me. I can't do. Don't like good energy. It's bad for me. Behind the scenes, there's something happening, huh? The phone, guys. I think this is a whole. This is why I was telling you, it was kind of scary yesterday when I was looking to Bar the Epstein thing. It's like they are puppets also. Bar in some ways is a puppet of another thing. Look, military here. Huh? Oh, so it's a problem for him. I find problem for him. Everything is gonna go grow wrong. They have it for the males. They have it for this guy's. Think, oh, this is like, go prison, go prison, go prison. Uh, so I see Barr kind of trying to protect the guy from scrutiny, because look, things didn't work. Okay, they losing control. They overplay their hand. There's an offer that they like. Oh, they were to do this. The offer, the thing is over. Okay, and now it's so stressful for me. I can't handle it. Behind the scenes, there's a foreign power has is moving things around. Now this is the military attack. So I still think it has to do with the election, guys. But I think it could also be that law enforcement is looking at the guy and look, fortune's upside down. Somebody has the information, and the information could lead to prison. So, oh, interesting. So it's to keep him from talking. Prison, yeah, keep him from talking. Okay, so yeah, so what's gonna happen? He has to go. And I see the guy, guys. He's one of those, Christian right people. They're all kind of crazy. Like, they believe they have a mission, to create the country, to put the U.S. under like a dictatorship, by the religious dictatorship of some sort. Okay, so okay, so that's why. Now the other guys, the other person I think is so shady. This or is the lawyer, Sidney Powell. Sidney Powell. So apparently not apparently, this is true. She put out, so she wrote some, or she filed something with an appeals court. The judge has to drop it. The judge has to drop. I want to talk to your man. Who's your manager? Who's your manager? Who's your manager? I want to talk to your manager. Huh? Who's your manager? Huh? So she's like talking like she's like, who's your manager? I need to talk to the manager. I need to talk to the manager. So she's like, so that's, I talk to the appeals court. I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you. I talk to the manager. Okay, that's her. So this woman, guys, she's so shady. Okay, is she like working? What the hell's up with this woman? Okay, what is up with this one? They all need to go to jail. There should be like a big swoop, guys. They all put them all in jail, and deal with the details later. Okay, they're all dirty. They're all gross. Okay. Okay, so what's gonna happen to this? Who is this lawyer? This Sydney Powell woman? Is she gonna go down? What the hell? Is she? Guys, she's like she. God, where is she? Sydney Powell. How is Sydney Powell thinking about her great, brilliant? She's brilliant. She's brilliant. Ooh. Mhm. Broken, fighting heart, huh? Broken heart for her coming out. So her heart could be having problems also. No, here is moving on from the disappointment, and this is the value, guys. Think about it. This is like they're crazy. They care about the stuff now. The theft is coming out. Information theft coming out here. Yeah. Oh, she got the money. No, she got the money. Oh no, military. Yeah. Hmm. Information. We see how to receive money. Who's paying for him, guys? Because it's actually a very fair question. Who's paying for Michael Flynn's defense? I don't think he has a lot of money now. Okay, look, she has to go. Problemos, no? I find the problemos. Yeah, here. Here's the retired man. I think it could be T1. Okay, the enemy connect people. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So they're gonna scrutinize her finances. Okay, is she gonna win the case? Is she gonna win? Is she gonna is the judge gonna do what she wants? Because she said, I need to speak to the manager. Is the judge gonna do what she wants? Oh, the money, interesting. Look, the money, this is the joke I told you, the gamblers comes from the mob. The money comes from mob. Yeah, good for her. So she's connected to this guys. She's like laundry money for. I don't understand how this happens. Okay, kind of crazy. Okay. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, because imagine, guys, imagine how arrogant the situation is. Okay, she's so crazy. She's so crazy that she's so entitled. Okay, so okay? So what's gonna happen? Okay, just quickly. I'm not saying, obviously I don't think it's gonna happen. Is she gonna be able to remove Judge Sullivan? Will Sidney Powell remove him? Is Sidney Powell gonna remove him? Huh? She tries to assert herself, can't. Oh no, talking. Oh, there's a man. The man talks. Oh no, the White House. Oh. See, guys, the White House is behind it, and think about it. Fake friend. Oh no. So it's also, there could be, guys, there could be evidence that she's talking to the White House and she's not who she says she is. Okay. So there's a record, like, seriously, guys, are they gonna go there? Really? You know what I mean? Are they gonna go there really? Like, so there's like, they're not gonna, okay. Oh, guys, the other thing. Remember how like the other week we looked into this? The former lawyers of Michael Flynn from Covington something. Remember the former lawyers that they filed a motion in this case. And I told you before that I saw them talking about money, like they were offered money, or Michael Flynn was offered money, something. So I feel like it's something that may relate to her, even like how she may have offered. This is the thing. She may have offered to work for free. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, who pays? And I see them talking, who pay for it? Who pays for it? Okay, who pays for this? Somebody's paying for this. Somebody is paying for this, and it's not Michael Flynn. And he may have the information that connects finally the White House to you know what I mean? So it's gonna be bad for her. Okay, how is this case gonna end for Sidney Powell? What will be the final outcome for her? Oh look, she's a snake. No, serious? No, I had no idea. Look, somebody's talking. I'm burning. Somebody talking. Huh? I like it. Love? No, not love. Is the no? It's not love. Not love. Surprise! We have surprise for her. We have surprise. So, guys, I see her losing her license. I hope. How could she even have a law license? Okay. So, in other words, people thought that there's information comes about her. It's not good for her. I'm not not good. Ah, surprise, shock. Yeah, wake up, bitch. Hmm. So, okay, so yeah, so it's not good. It's not good. And like, okay, so what's Trump? Okay, what is the okay? What's Trump feeling? And I told you about Barr. What about Trump and Michael Flynn? Flynn is like, I don't know. He's still hopeful. He watches like the propaganda channels. And Trump, Trump is like, they say, I'm telling them, they say I didn't do it. I told them, I know. It's like he's afraid because he told something important. Okay, it's the deal with the Russia. I think. Oh, guys. Okay, this tells me some moves. Let's move to another subject, but it's connected to this, which is the story about. Yes, yes, it was very nice talking to you. That's okay. So, but just quickly, guys. Okay, so quickly about Susan Rice. Okay, so you know how the far right now is saying that like they want to go after Obama or something or Susan Rice. So they released the letter between Susan Rice and Obama that they made her look like she was doing exactly everything by the book. Even Obama used the word. So then in response she said, okay, so why don't you release the call between Kislyak and Michael Flynn? If it's no big deal, why don't you release the call? This is a very fair point. Okay, if it's they have nothing to hide, why not just release the call between Michael Flynn and Kislyak? Right? She said that they say that Susan Rice is openly asking, why don't you release that? So it's like that's what I think, guys. I really think what's going to happen with that with Susan Rice, okay? Because I kind of feel, guys, I think the judge. Let me just ask this question. My sense, this is the thing. My sense is that the judge may release something. Let me confirm here. Is Judge Sullivan going to release something about Michael Flynn? Can he release something? Is he going to release something about Michael Flynn that shows the depth of the crimes? Are we going to? This is what I think. Okay. Is he going to release something? Because that's what I think, what she's asking for. Okay, look, the debt. Okay, oh, everybody working together for the shady. Okay, is he going to release something? Okay, behind the scene, guys, what is this? This is it. What is that? What is it called? The sanctions, because it's the blockage. Behind the scenes, they are negotiating the blockage. An answer is yes. Let's get together. We negotiate the lifting the sanctions. That's right. We're going to lift the sanctions. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. And this is him. I'm the fake. I'm the fake helper. Okay. It losses for him. So he loses. Okay. So this is it. Okay. Oh look, absent. I have go. I have go. So Woo. Oh. Okay. And stable, guys. I hope he's safe. I hope Michael Flynn's safe because hello, I'm the look at this. Imagine that. It's like, how's my life, guys? Isn't this card so scary? It is, right? Like the center one, because these two connected or not, guys. Sometimes people die with this. They leave. They disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like, so okay. Yeah, so this is it. I feel like the information coming out is, so what is this? And okay, what is this? Over. It's over for him. It's over. Okay, and I think it could also mean, guys, this is the word here actually. The French word is death, but the Italian word is spavento. In other words, it's to be what? Scared, or like you hear a sound or something. It's scared. He got scared, okay? So, but I think ultimately he has to, this could also be disappears, he goes in, he goes to prison or something. It's over for him. It's over. It's essentially, if it's not death, it's over anyways. So, okay, so this is it. Now, let's focus on Susan Rice. Okay, so in other words, I think something they're gonna, guys. Yes, I think the judge is going to spell out why he thinks that of Michael Flynn. He's going to spell out in public. He's going to say why, exactly why he thinks he should not go, because it's a very serious crime. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Okay. So is okay. So what's going to happen? I think he has to disappear. Okay. What's going to happen to him? I think he's just gonna he could go to prison. Okay, I don't know, guys. That let's not make these predictions like that. Like, oh, he's gonna die or something. The point is, he's already given us what we need. He's already talked, and the courts have the information. So it's not as if he dies. At this point, he's already talked. So what I think it could happen is it's over. The case is over. It's over for him. He has to go. Bye. You know what I mean? So okay, now, now let's talk about Susan Rice. Okay, let's talk about Susan Rice. So what about Susan Rice? They were trying to say that she's done something wrong. Okay, so she said the thing about how is what are they going to succeed in trying to blame Susan Rice, or is the information going to come out? Susan Rice. Okay, so oh, there it is. Okay, there she is. Okay, so she knows secrets. I've been there a long time, bitch. I know information. I know she knows the secret. Like, I know the information, especially about money. Wasn't she a national security, right? I remember her. I don't know exactly what her job is. It's like she had a big job. She wasn't like, minor person. I know informations. Are you sure, Travis? I know informations. I know it. I know informations. Look, she found it. There's financial information here. Okay. Financial information lies. I wonder, they're going to try to go. I don't think they're going to plan it. This is not, but I think she knows it's almost like there's financial information here that suggests, oh, the sanctions. That's right. It's a financial issue. Okay. Look, the White House. This is all about the sanctions. Exactly. Very upsetting for the White House. It's all about the sanctions. That's it. Okay. There she is many times. So they are upset with her because it's the same. Oh. But it's always the same, guys. They're so predictable. Okay. So predictable because it's the sanctions. Okay. It's the sanctions. The money connected to the sanctions. So they're upset because she knows. She knows. They know that she knows. And she's playing with them. She's like, bitch, really? Let's go there. Since you really want to say it, why don't you just show it? Like, this is perfect, okay? So they are afraid because she knows that financial information, like in other words, sanction stuff, okay? Guys, you know what's telling me here? It's telling me here the big money would come to them, including Flynn, when the sanctions are lifted. That's why they want to erase any and all mentions of the sanctions. That's like, guys, it's almost like Trump is like, he's having like shaky. He's shaky, okay? Because they know the one thing that Barr wants to do with this, the whole point of it is to release, to remove, to erase any and all evidence or mention of the sanctions, because that's what the Russians want. The Russians want to, if there's any legal traces that shows that there was the deal that Trump had with them, that you give us money and help, we lift the sanctions. So they have to remove all the evidence that Trump is behind it. That's why, okay? That's why, okay? And she knows, okay? Okay, now quickly, okay? So in other words, are they gonna continue to go after? She's like, really, bitch? Go ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna tell all. I'm gonna tell all. Yeah. So okay. So let's go next. Okay. So what happens next in this fight? I think, guys, I told you before on Monday that the point of this is to lift the sanctions. They want to lift the sanctions. So what's going to happen? Are they going to be able to lift the sanctions? Guys, okay, can I tell you? I think that I see Putin. This is why the thing about July, the June and July is going to be crazy. Okay, it's going to be very intense. But what I see is that Putin seems to know that Trump is not going to lift the sanctions, and that they can't do it alone. They can't do it without the House. They can't do it completely like this. Okay, so he's going to attack the U.S. in some way. He's gonna because he knows that Trump is not going to want to respond. Like either attack a ship, do something like this, and it's gonna be. I told you. Remember how I saw there was like attack on a ship that may prove to be the final thing. Okay, so there. That's what I was saying. There more could come because I don't. So in other words, I don't think so. No, is Trump going to be able to legally lift, like say, okay, lift the sanctions? Weak. He's weak now. This is transmission or weakness. Thinking, he's thinking about it, but he's in a weak position. He can't. Is it going to act on it? Is he? No. Look. Yeah, okay. So cutting law. Look, the legal law is against him. No, I don't think he can. No, no. So you know what I mean. So this is it. Okay, that's the one thing that there was part of the deal that Trump didn't. He didn't do it for us. Okay. And you know the other thing, guys, that I'm getting here, that is something that is actually what makes a lot of sense, but I hadn't thought about, is that at the time their plan had been to lift the sanctions at the beginning. They had planned to lift the sanctions at the beginning of Trump's presidency, but Mueller came along, and that they were furious because Mueller came along. The whole story, the problem happened with, remember, the Flynn started the Mueller investigation. If this hadn't happened, they would be had they because guys didn't Trump. This is like, if you okay, I know a lot of us say bad. Oh my God, the Democrats didn't do this, didn't do that. But think about how in the first moment of the Mueller residency, I'm sorry, residency of the Mueller investigation, okay, the Republicans had the House and the Senate. Think about how bad. It's just that we're kind of we're farther out from it, and we forget at how much worse it was then. They had the House, the presidency, and the Senate. They could have done it, okay? Like, you know what I mean? This is the thing. If it wasn't for Flynn, they could have done all of it early on, but they lost the House. Think about it. Like, it's like when I think about it, guys, when I look back here, it's like how much power they had then. Unreal. Unreal that they didn't go through with it, and they lost the House when they messed with the health insurance. Okay, you know what I mean? So this is amazing to me. Okay, this is amazing to me that, like, when you think about it, when we say, oh, people say, oh, the Democrats didn't do anything. Well, they didn't, like, they did a lot, considering that we didn't have the House, we didn't have the Senate, we didn't, think about it. And it would look bad. I think at the time they were afraid. Okay, even the shady Republicans were afraid to be associated because Mueller was indicting people. Okay, so you think about, guys, Mueller did a lot. We have a lot to thank. Okay, it's just like, what I'm saying. We have a lot. Look, when history is written, we realize the danger that we were in. Okay, it's amazing to me. Like, it's like, okay, but why? Okay, just a quick question: why didn't they lift the sanctions then? Because they're saying they would have to. The Obama guys, again, they talk shit about Obama, but Obama was very smart. He put the sanctions in just as they were entering the government. That way, you know what I mean? That way, Trump would have to openly collide with them again. Right? Exactly, against her. Exactly. But at this type of, what I'm saying, Rebecca, is that I know it wasn't by part. Okay. Oh my God. You know what I mean? So, so it's amazing to me. It is amazing to me. Okay. So if you think about it, like, this is how much they fought, and how hard, guys, remember how there were people showing up. This is why we think small actions don't matter. They matter a lot. Why didn't they? Okay, because they were afraid they would go down. At the time, it was much more obvious. Okay, and this is why. Okay. Wow, this is crazy, guys. You don't think about it. It's big. It's very big. Okay. Crazy when you think about it, guys. So why didn't they? Why didn't? No, too obvious, too much. too much. And it was saying, guys, that at the time, it's also, this is a kind of interesting. At the time, earlier on, there wasn't as much black male of the senators and all everybody in the Republican Party. So they were able to be a little bit more independent at the beginning. Now Trump has much more power over them than he had before. And I'm talking as if 80 years have passed, guys. No, only 4 years. Just a half of the first 2 years we had the House. They had the House. And then the second 2 years they didn't. So think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Think about it. This is like how you guys will realize how the resistance worked. It worked. They worked. We did things, okay? We did things, okay? There was real impact. Okay, this is like, I'm actually surprised because the conversation even among, like, the media, Democrats do nothing, Democrats are slow, Democrats are this, but guys, it could be I know it's crazy to think this, but it could be worse. It could be worse. And that is, like, in a way what Putin is upset about. He makes sense because the time when they could have done it, they didn't do it, and that's why he hates Mueller. The Mueller investigation was very effective, actually. Think about, guys, thank God for him. We forget about it because those people are not in jail yet, but it is not that simple. It's not so easy to get to do these things, and they did it. You think, I hope history will recognize that Mueller, guys, and I getting goosebumps, Mueller really saved us in a way. He really said it, because if we hadn't had the Mueller investigation, think about how much he uncovered. They uncovered a lot. And I'm seeing the face that we forgot about him already. Rod Rosenstein, how I used to like him or something, but then it turns out that he was out there helping Barr, but in the end, he helped a lot too, okay? Yeah, so yeah, no, I think, Rebecca, like I said, I think earlier on, the Republicans, I think later on, okay, there was too much blackmail, okay? Too much blackmail. And you know what I mean? Like, so I think earlier on we had more of a rule of law, quote unquote, okay? They didn't want to be owned by the Russians as much, okay? So, okay. So think about it. So this is like looking back now that I'm doing it now, it's remarkable how quickly we acted. Okay, it's remarkable. And that's why, guys, how the thing about they want to go after Comey, Comey, of course, I'm half and half with him because of what he did, okay? What he did about, what he did, okay? Now, mom, now the amazing thing is that, of course, the Russians now want revenge against those people. Of course they do, because they were fucked, they were fucked over, but like somebody stood up, so like they all are compromised, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying I'm not giving them the pass, but I'm just saying, okay, you know, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying, like, so okay, okay, it's crazy, guys. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, okay. So Rebecca microphone. I always say that. No one saying. Yeah, she know. I understand this. Okay, okay. Now this is actually fascinating, guys. I hadn't thought about all of this. Okay, but let's see more. So, okay. So, guys, I know I've asked this before, but since it's a refresher, are we going to see, okay, what happened to the investigations that Mueller was doing? Because he even mentioned there's a lot of ongoing investigations. What happened to them? Okay, I know that obviously Barr put a pause on them, but are they dead, or are they just sleeping on coma or something? Is it going to come out once we deal with Trump? Is it going to come out? Oh yeah, oh yeah. About the money, we have money here. Imagine how much money they're going to recover, guys, from this. It's a financial thing, okay? Oh yeah. So this is nice. Look at this, 9. 9 means it's almost there. We're battered, but we're still in the battle. Oh yeah, we're battered, but we're still there. And this to me means the country, guys, abundance. So I think in a way we're going after the money. Yeah, we're going after the money. Yeah. Okay. Going, things are changing, going to what we want, okay? Letter. Yeah, soon we're going to have letter. Many letters. Many letters. Many letters. As soon as things change, you have letters. Letters. Letters for the people. Sick. Yeah. Sick peoples. Okay. Sick people. Disgrace. The conversation, disgrace. Disgrace. Look. Oh no, sick disgrace. Okay, so oh look, a lot of money, guys. It's money, money for the mejos. Oh, one, one, angry, angry. So trapped. So yeah, so it's there, guys. It's just they're waiting for things to change. Now, this could also suggest the third part here, the disgrace. Okay, so I think there also this the coronavirus. There's something here where they are waiting. The coronavirus could have done something, or they're waiting or something. Okay, so coronavirus conversation. It may have halted some things that could have happened earlier. I don't know, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Okay, but I think it's still gonna happen. Okay, in other words, I don't think it's gonna. So okay, okay now. Okay, so yeah, so it's still on schedule, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, when are these things? When are we going to see this? This something. I was saying we're gonna have a bar, and I told you guys, I think Barr is gonna be with Trump until the end. Okay, and then after he's gone, that's it. But not, he's he's really helped Trump a lot. If it wasn't for Barr, guys, okay, if he wasn't like a criminal person like him, okay, he owes a lot to Barr. Okay, so okay. Now quickly, guys. Okay, let's see here. Now let's talk about let's talk about the fraud case against the Trump. Okay, okay. Let's now go to the fraud case against the kids. Okay, so here, what is? Let me just go quickly here. Wait. Okay, fraud case against Trump and his kids allowed to proceed. Pyramid scheme fraud suit against Trump and his family go ahead. The family is accused of fraud and false advertising of a multi-level marketing company. So it's like okay, pyramid scheme basically. Okay, so what's gonna happen with that? Okay. Oh no, what's gonna happen? The White House, the election. Okay, I'm getting some info here. Fake friend. Okay, so there's some info. I have some. Oh, okay. I have some things. Okay, to tell you guys about. I have to get the cards out and tell you some things I'm getting for the mayor house. Yeah, for my house. So okay, okay. So it's okay. So this is what I want to tell you before I look at the cards with more detail to show you the cards in more detail. Is that I see that Trump is afraid of this case because it's about they're looking at his finances of his company. Okay, and the stuff he's done. They're afraid of like having their money, like that they're looking at their money. Okay, so for some reason this shows it's not just that it's a fraud, but there's something about the way what they've done, the way the money has traveled, that they don't want to talk about. Now this is unexpected. This is like something like, happy not happy, but there's a deal. Now in other words, I think somebody could have, I think, okay, there's the fake friend. I think it's somebody who works with them, okay, that has ratted them. Okay, so here, the man in the White House. Oh, I think it could be Jared. It could be one of the kids. Oh, it could be a building. So multiple or election. So you see what I'm saying? I think there is some, even though we don't have necessarily money cards here. Look, the fake friend of this person has okay, read it out. Oh, guys, you know what? Is that there was something? Oh, do you know anything about I don't know what it is exactly the case, but remember how he took money from sick cancer kids? Do you remember this story? They took the money from like all these, they are real scammers, okay? So look, there's disagreements. I think it's hope for us, and it's bad shit gets real. Once the stuff gets real about Trump, everything goes down, okay? Seriously. Everything goes down for him. And okay, something about the there's something here. It's more serious than it seems, okay? It's more serious than it seems, okay? What is that? What it is? Let me just see how, because it's telling me I'm actually pretty. It sounds here on my thing. a lot worse than he. It's one of guys. I don't understand how they even keep track of their crimes, but like, okay, let me just go here. Okay, quickly. Okay, let me find so many cases. Okay, let's see here the actual information because okay. Oh my God, look, yes, look at what it is, guys. Yes, because that's what I was like, wait, there's some financial payments here. The lawsuit, led by four anonymous plaintiffs, claimed that Mr. Trump and his children were guilty of fraud and false advertising by promoting a multi-level marketing company called American Communications Network. In exchange, the Trump family allegedly received millions of dollars in secret payments. The plaintiffs in the lawsuit, which was filed in October 2018, claimed the promotion by Trump and his kids encouraged them to invest hundreds of dollars into the company, but they never reaped any benefit from the investment. So yeah, he was basically pumping a fraud. Okay, like it was a fraud. It was like, so this quote unquote the fake, and it was like a fake investment. Okay, which is ironic because okay, the irony here is that it's not even their own. It's not charity. It's like they were promoting. This is not a charity, guys. It's a different. This is what I'm telling you. It's so many crazy. He's so many crimes we don't know. Okay, so the story that I'm telling you about this case, this current case, it's like that they were there. I remember even watching a video. It was like some sort of invest in this company. Donald Trump is gonna, if you he believes in this thing. Okay, so he believed in this thing and it turns out to be a scam. You know how like those internet scams or something, or like invest in, cryptocurrencies, or I'm sorry, but guys, I know there's some serious people who are involved in crypto, but mostly it's a scam. People who buy this are I'm sorry to say we're stupid, but whenever you see these things that are promoted as great investments, like okay, bottom line is if something is a great investment, most people don't talk about it because it's a great investment. Therefore, if you don't talk about it, you're going to make more money. It's like a very simple law. Okay, if people are talking about what a great investment something is, it's not a great investment, because the law of investments is the more people invest in something, the value, it has to, you know what I'm saying. So it's it's like very likely not a great investment, because if you have to promote it, it's not a great investment. Okay, I'm sorry, like this, you keep it to yourself. Okay, in other words. So then they believed it, and they're saying that he was promoting it like it was a real thing, and it's not, and it's fake, and they lost money. So basically, like, but is anybody shocked? I'm like, oh my God, I believe Trump, and he okay. So, but there is something, I was telling you guys, there is something more here, because in a way, I could see how Trump could be like, I was just a promoter. It's not something that I think the idea here is that he was hired as a promoter, and he was promoting a fake product. Okay, you could even argue that it's not his fault, but what I'm telling you guys is that there's more here. The reason why they are nervous is because there's something shady about the money, how they took the money, or where the money came from. Okay, what is the deal? Why are they so scared about the money? They don't want to know. They don't know what we did with it. What did you do with the money? Where is it? The account. It's something complicated. Okay, this is it about the books. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what it is? That's it. You know why? I know why. I know what I mean. I know why. It's not, they're not worried about the job that they did for this company. They were worried about the fact that they never reported to the IRS. That's it. They didn't pay taxes on it. Okay. It's it. If they're gonna go look into it, they're gonna find, because they're afraid that it's like it went into some account that is like a fake account where they received other illegal payments. Okay, it's a second book. So they're afraid that the moment they look into it, okay, exactly, they look into it, then it's going to lead to other crimes, because as you know, they do so many crimes, right? So this is it. Of course, it makes sense. So in other words, yeah. So is it going to go ahead? Yes, it's going to go ahead. And they're gonna, and I see who has to testify, Ivanka. She's also pretty with her cute outfit going to they're gonna have to testify. Yeah. Guys, remember before they were able to, like, they gave money to Cyrus Vance, and Cyrus Vance did investigate their fraud. Now it's they're gonna, I'm like, Sometimes I get exhausted to see if somebody wrote something, but sometimes I get exhausted just to think about like what, like, never ends, okay? Never ends. Never ends, okay? Okay. So this is a story. Yes. It's gonna go ahead. More cries from there. Okay. Now, guys, okay, quickly here. Oh my God. So North Dakota construction company gets $1.3 billion border wall contract. That's another, guys. Remember how we always talk about it, how it's a fraud, the whole border wall is bullshit. Okay, it's not really about, obviously, like it's not, it's not a legitimate thing, first of all. But second of all, they only want people to to pay their friends, and then they gotta get kickbacks. Okay, so what's going to happen with this border wall? First of all, is it going to come through? Is it going to happen? And are we going, because you know what I think is going to happen? We're going to take all this money back from Trump. Whoever gets money from this is going to have to pay back the government. They're going to take everything. So, so what's up with this border wall bullshit? Or they're greedy. Or the greedy, okay. Judgment upside down. Oh, yeah. So right away, look, this is the greedy card. They got some sort of offer. And the judge, it's like, I think they're so greedy that they're like, hey, I give you this contract, but you have to, they can subcontract. Okay, for, I think, what I think I'm getting here, guys, is that like they could give a big contract to the company. Okay, it's a 1.3 billion, and then the company has to hire one of Trump's companies as a subcontractor so they get paid. Does it make sense? Like some, they always have these other fake company that is like one of, Trump's family company. So everybody gets a kickback. Okay. Look, there's a deal here. The news, okay, look, connected to Trump, the child, okay. And he again, look, twice contracts, okay. And I told you this company has two contracts. Again, this is interesting. I think this is a, look, two men, one woman. I think it's Trump's kids, something connected to their kids here. Okay, and the people that are loyal to them. Okay. Very sad story. Okay, yeah. Oh no. Cheating. Okay. It's not fun. So yeah. So I think the whole thing doesn't go through. No. There, guys, the story that I linked to shows that the same company that got the second contract of 1.3 billion is already under investigation, the contract by the Department of Defense. They are already under investigation. Oh, oh, interesting, no? I find it interesting. Like, really, okay. So it leads back to them. Okay, so what? Okay, are we gonna see the? No, I don't. Guys, I think Trump is gonna be out. If not by the summer, then by this election. Are we gonna have time to see the? Is it? Are we, remember, guys, I even forgot. Remember how I used to say, "Build a wall, build a wall, build a wall." There's no damn wall. There's no damn wall. There is no damn wall. Okay. I'm gonna build a wall. Oh no, secret coming, trash. Secret about his business. That's it. This is the thing we have been talking about all along. How it's like in the end, it's some Russian person, whoever that is, who's gonna build this thing. And the article, guys, was explaining how how like the terrain is complicated. It's very complicated to build some wall in the there's like some technical issues here. Look, the treachery. So that is, it's very hard to actually build something. And do you remember how there's footage of an area of the border wall that was already falling? Because it's a scam. They're not really serious about building anything. Look, the protector. So again, the secret business partner is it treacherous? Okay, this is probably, you know what, this company, guys, in this North Dakota company, you know what it probably is some Russian company that found some American to head it, but at the end of the day, he pays back the Rush. Doesn't make, that's what I think it is. It's like another fake ass bullshit. Okay, you know. Okay, so you know what I mean. That makes perfect sense, guys. Okay. Oh, interesting. No, interesting. Oh. Okay. So that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I don't think, no, I don't think I even see now images of like photos in the future, like, oh, there's only like two sticks of wall, like there's barely like any, they even haven't even begun the construction of this stupid wall. It's going to be a joke. It's going to be a reminder of a scammer that he was. Okay, because it's all about the financial transactions. Okay, and it's another stupid, oh my god. Okay, so okay, so next, okay, guys. Oh my god, It's like upsetting. Okay. Okay, there's more questions. Okay, guys, I know sometimes I is it too much? I'm talking too much. Okay. Now I have an important questions, guys. I left for the end here, but it's we have to talk about it too. Okay. So let's talk about the election and this voter suppression and the economic. Okay, first let's talk about the Rust Belt. So economic crisis threatens the Rust Belt, Trump's former stronghold. Okay, so he won like in those states. Okay, Rust Belt states. So what's gonna happen to the Rust Belt in terms of the Trump election? What this is big because if he doesn't have this, okay, what's happening with the Rust Belt and Trump? And I see them, guys, it's very sad, actually abandoned. Okay, they feel so abandoned, and Trump is only there for he only comes for the rallies. And actually, guys, the thing about the rallies, it's actually interesting because at least in some ways I think it was kind of helping Trump because he would go to these areas where he knew he had a fan base, and if he doesn't show up, that's the only way he shows up. He doesn't really do anything for them. He doesn't build anything. He doesn't help them in any way. The only thing he would do is go to, to bring attention to those areas to do a rally. But now he can't because of this coronavirus. He's not going to go to these rallies. And even that, they realize like that things have gotten worse for them. Okay. And that it was all like a joke. Okay. It was all a joke. Okay. So what's going to happen? Look, the Rust Belt and the Trump election. Interesting. The facts. Okay. Look, guilty comes out. The guilt's gonna come out. Like this stuff is gonna come out. And it's gonna show that they'll soon in disarray, guys. The Kool-Aid, okay, the Kool-Aid and the sadness. It's because the image I see here was actually very sad, like rust. Like it's not the rusty rust, but it's like the things that are abandoned. Oh, look, the big revelation about the deal. In the end, guys, this is bad news. Okay, so I think this stuff's gonna come out about him, and it's gonna. And guys, we think about it. We are in an election year, okay? And if all the Republicans can come up with is about Biden is like, saying bad things about his son or some bullshit like that, okay? And think about how much bad there is about Trump. This is bad, okay? This is really bad, okay? So no, I think it's, what else? The other thing it suggests is that people who voted for him back in the day of 2016 are not going to vote. I see how they don't want to vote at all, okay? So the people, how he's trying to like suppress the votes. He's actually going to suppress the votes of his own voters. They're not going to want to vote for him. They may not like even Biden, but they don't want to vote for him either. So the numbers of people voting for him are very low. It shows, okay, in that area. Not only are they not going to vote for him, they're just not going to show up to vote at all. So I see the people on the television, people like shocked, like, wow, the vote, the turnout is so low. Okay. So, okay. So, okay. So, okay. Okay, so now, guys, okay, wow, this is interesting. Okay, next, there's another quite important question here. Now, okay, so Trump threatens funding for Michigan and Nevada over absentee mailing voting plans. Instead of focusing on matters, of course, he focuses on voter suppression. How will he deal with voter suppression in the 2020 election? So Trump is openly campaigning against, they're openly afraid of this. And guys, as out on Monday, or was it, no, I don't remember. Was it Tuesday? I think I don't remember, guys. So many readings now lately, I forgot. Oh yeah, that was yesterday, right? There was the moon, the day of the moon. Okay, I was like kind of scared, and I looked up some astrology things, and one of the one of them was talk about November, how on November 3rd there's some aspect or something that shows that the election there could be some problematic thing about the election, but let's see. I don't think. Okay, so they're gonna want to create chaos, okay, but I don't know, guys, what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen to the voter suppression? Voter suppression, let's see, money losses, yeah. You know what I think, guys? I think there could be some legal challenge. If anything, this is what it was like. I think the people that supported Trump, the donors, are desperate. Okay, this is like a legal thing. This is the trap, the money. I think the people, some Wall Street people that support Trump are gonna be at a loss as to what to do because they're gonna, everything is going, guys. Everything they've built, all the lies they've built, are gonna come out. Okay, so it's gonna be a problem for them. Okay, and I think there is. I think, I don't even see Trump. For some reason, I don't even see Trump anymore. I don't know who or what is happening, but I feel like since when they, like, those people are so arrogant and so powerful that they're willing to do anything, okay, to try to maintain power, okay? So like, yeah, I just see it's kind of a scary situation in terms of like how these people are powerful and they're going to try to like, scare people or something. But I don't think it's that. I'm not too worried. I just think they're not just they're desperate and they have a criminal aspect to their existence. But I just think the numbers for Trump are so bad that they can't win. Okay, I'm sorry, or Trump or GOP or whoever. I just think, what is the difference between now and then? How is the country going to be on November 3rd versus now? Yeah, I see, guys, a situation of calamity in the sense, what I see was a kind of like a really scary image, again, of the moon. The moon, again, this image of the moon being, being covered up. Then the light after the moon is covered up again, it comes out, and I see this drawer, like a huge giant drawer of bodies, like all the dead, like, and the country is shocked at how these deaths were misreported. You know how like they're lying about how many people are dying with COVID. So, and not only that, but I see then some, those like, it's not necessarily the Charles Koch is still alive, but the like, right. So I feel like I see those people like really scared because like they're now it's public. What the hell? For decades they've been working behind the scenes, and now their work is becoming more public. It's almost like a veil truly is lifting, and they have a lot of fear, and they don't know what to do. They never imagined something like this would happen. Okay, so they feel like, oh my god, how could this be? Okay, and I think it's that total desperation. But I think, guys, it's kind of interesting. The time the stuff I see here between now and then is real, like, it's true. It's revelations. So meeting with the enemy. Look at this. Even this. I just pulling random cards as I talk to you. So here we have, look, the card of the meeting. Okay, this was exposing the foreign enemy, and this is confidential, shady, behind the scenes, very secret losses. Okay, you look at the widow. Okay, the widows, and there's information about, okay, and the money exchange, hanged man. So it's kind of like waiting. Okay, and then I just think it's like, it's what it is, hungover. People are hungover. The people that believed and that invested in Trump are going to be like, wake up with a big headache. And it's like, it's over. It's over. They realized all this, what happened is they were drunk. Interesting. Oh, Joanne is saying, Rosie, tell me more, Joanne. She's saying it resonates very strongly with me and the dreams I've had. So it's like, okay, so what part of it? What part of it? So it's just that, guys. I just think that between now and then, it's like it's almost like the light is gonna enter. Is gonna enter in a way that is so deep. But I don't mean the light like we talk about the light, like, oh, well, we change, like the vibes change, but it's almost like this extreme brightness in terms of like everything has to be exposed, and whatever has not been exposed is going to, no matter how much money they put into hiding their finances, hiding their schemes, it's coming out. Okay, Exactly. They were drunk with power. And it was like, what the hell? What are you talking about? And now everything, it's almost like every day, guys, you know how every day now we have this stupid news about Trump saying this and that. And I feel like starting, and again, I still get this image of the moon. Okay. So after July 5th, what I see is everything is coming out. Not just, it's like every day in the news we're gonna see after July 5th, like this came out, this person was associated with that, this person did that, they did it. It's like it's gonna be an endless amount of revelations about everything. I don't know what exactly, but it's like so many different people, and it's almost like the moment of great revelation. Revelation, like they say, the judgment, like everything being revealed. And I don't exactly know how, but it's almost like we're suddenly going to see all the connections that we talk about it on this channel, but it's going to be all out in the open for some reason. Okay. And that's why they're going to act like crazy people. Okay. So, but I'm curious, Joanne, what is it that you, like I said, that you've had the dreams and all those things? I don't know. So tell me more about this. Because it's saying, how, for example, guys, what's his name? Devin Nunes, right there, he sues random people just because they say something he doesn't like. But I feel like it's possible that those people will start to like create like frivolous lawsuits, those kinds of things. They're so like they're shocked that the truth. How cool do you think you are to tell me? Okay, who are you to who do you think you are to? Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, look. Oh my God. Joanne is saying, I began dreaming of strange, weird moons since I was about 12. I have had these dreams often since that time. The moons seem to signify some epochal change in the world. The dreams have haunted me. Oh, wow. It's kind of scary, Joanne. It's so interesting, John, because I could see that. I told you guys before on Monday when I saw these moons, it was really scary, actually. It was. And I don't have a lot of scary visions, especially like I don't have a lot of dreams, but also visions. They usually are not scary, so it is. I know what you mean. It's kind of like very haunt, ooh, like, but right, it seems it, you know what it is exactly, that, Joanne, it signifies change. If the sun signifies like light and truth, okay, or like something coming out, the moon always does signify a big shift in something very quickly, right, Joanne? It seems like something that is like almost faded, or like, right. So, okay. Let me ask you, what is the role of the moon? Let me actually ask about Joanne, even though I don't really ask these questions, right? Okay, so what about Joanne and her dream of the moon? What does it mean for her? Joanne, like, okay, Joanne, the dreams I see, there's a book called The Women Who Ran with the Wolves. You know what I'm talking about? I have it here, or I had it or something. It's like a book about the women who are you have a kind of a, you have this like, which is not the right word. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like me a little bit, like, but you could see this, you could feel the change in the air, okay? But you have to wake up to it, okay? It's kind of like, also it's a wake up call for you, that you are the woman who's supposed to run with the wolves. Just be like, ooh, the howl, and they will come. Howl, and they will come. They're coming. Howl, coming. Howl, coming. So, it's kind of like you have this also, like, that you can change things too. You're being called, I think, to change, to create that like a natural, yeah, intuitive connected to nature. But it's kind of like understanding the signs, okay, that you can also lead in this time of change. Okay, so Wiki, what is it? Guys, you know what? Oh my God, guys, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of, okay, goosebumps. Okay. Okay, can I tell? This is kind of scary. Okay. No, it's not Wicca. No, it's not. It's not that. No, it's more like the women, the connection between women and nature, basically. No, but there's a book from the 70s. I'm referring to a book. Okay, let me just find it. Okay, so women who ran with wolves. Okay, here. Okay, because Okay, one second. So this is this book. Okay, so because guys, in my building there's a library. There's a collective library. Where people in the laundromat, in the area where they have a laundromat, there's a library. Okay, so you could be, people drop off books they've read or they don't like anymore or something like that. So you could pick up books for free, and read it. So it's not like I didn't buy it or something. It was just like I think I even returned to the library downstairs or whatever. So it's this book. Okay, so it is like this idea, but I have to tell you more here about the moon. Why I'm asking also about the moon, because it's coming up. So you know what it's telling me, guys, also? It's that the moon is about nature. Okay, so the moon is about the nature. It's telling me here the moon is about the changes in nature. Because if you think about, guys, the symbology of the sun is regularity, right? Every day the sun rises, every day, we see it's very open, it's very clear. But the moon is like we're not always awake for it, and there's something about how the moon controls the nature in a way. And this is, guys, I'm getting goosebumps as I say it, because more and more, I told you, there may be some sort of big natural shift, like I don't want to say disaster or something like this, okay? But what I'm saying is that it's almost like nature is dictating the changes that are coming. It's beyond our control, you know? So it's kind of like that. It is something like interesting. Oh wow, Christina said it's tidal. It's magnetically charged, and it is affected by solar rays or something. Okay, so is this something like, guys? We have this connection to women have a connection to nature. Okay, I do think we do. And there is something, this is what I'm telling you, guys. The thing about the changes that I see is that it could be some like big natural disaster that we don't know yet, but it signifies change. It signifies the time when it's no longer the end of the values, okay? It's the end of the value system. That's my sense about it, okay? So, okay. So what is okay, now just quickly about Joanne. It's like kind of like, Joanne, it's connecting to this power. Okay. It's almost like you're like a priestess, okay? That you have to be a priestess or something, okay? It doesn't make sense. It's like don't not be scared about it, but it's kind of I was talking to somebody else about what was I talking about? I was talking about the energy situation, okay? Guys, I'm writing this thing about how to change your energy and stuff like that, and how we all in this period, especially, this moment of we're dealing with, like, we feel a lot of discomfort. Sometimes it's too much dealing with this energy. Our sleep patterns have changed, but it's said to me also that the reason why we feel this discomfort is because we are being called to action, being called to a real path, that we're here for a reason. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, so okay, so it's kind of like we're being called. The reason why we feel the discomfort is because we're being called to wake up to this thing, and to kind of, I'm not saying lead is the wrong word, but it's almost like what is the word of a person? Shepherd the people. I see shepherding, you know what I mean? So we're shepherding the sheep. The sheep, I'm not saying, no, it's not that the other people are sheep, but we're kind of like, hey, sheep, go that way. you know Interesting, guys. I haven't read the book. So it's like Joanne said, the woman was lost by her clan and raised by another group of people. She learned medicine from plants, and she connected with wolves. So it's kind of, it's that sense, guys, that we have this deeper connection. We have this deeper connection to the world that is not like the business world or whatever that is. It's something deeper, and it's a deeper power. Okay. It's a deeper level of power. Not the same levels of power. Okay. Okay. So you know what I mean? So, guys, I just pulled random cards. Not that this is like the world upside down. Look how interesting. Like, this is the plan and the world upside down. Like, in the sense of, like, we had plans, they're upside down, and this is an offer, and this is financial, but it's also focused. So as the world is upside down, it's like the offers come. It's almost like something is a cup is coming to us, and we have to focus on this and building this thing. We have some, it's not a job, it doesn't make sense, guys. It's like this sensitivity to this other thing. And then we have a visit upside down, unexpected loyalty, and then wait. So visit, in a way, like the dream is like a visit, like a visit, something unexpected, and awakening, that we have to be loyal to this. And also we're waiting for this to happen. Okay, you know what I mean, that we're waiting for this to happen. Like, wait, we're waiting, we kind of know, you know yeah, exactly. Okay, so okay. Okay, so what is it about? What is this destiny? What is it? The new era. What is it? How, what is the exact role that, let's say, Joanna and myself, what is the actual role? What do you mean? What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Leadership. Guys, I see you, and I see you, Joanne, talking to people in the community, like leading them really, because I see a lot of men crying, guys. It's kind of interesting, okay? I see all these men crying, they don't know what to do. Their roles have been reversed or something. They feel kind of powerless. Okay, but it's saying that we kind of know, okay? Okay. And that people could be desperate and like, look, the desperate, when stuff, the interesting thing, guys, what's so fascinating I'm getting here is so interesting, okay? Is that as the cards are suggesting that as the stuff about Trump comes out, okay, then this we come in. I don't know. What's interesting is as this stuff is revealed, the dark stuff is revealed, our role comes in. Like it's all gonna happen. This is when Francie first started to, I started today, and she asked the question, "Is it gonna get worse?" And I told her, I said, actually, I think it's gonna get worse. It's the worst is gonna happen with the moon. There is the culmination of everything that's gonna happen around the time of the eclipses. Okay, and that it's going to be a kind of a rudderless ship, okay, situation, but that we're going to everything after this stuff, the moon, after that last eclipse of July, I think, then things, that we live a period of great revelations. Okay, I don't mean it sounds biblical when I'm saying this, but what I mean is a great truth. Okay, okay, so it's kind of like all these revelations, okay, and then we towards like December and next year start rebuild, okay, but it's gonna be a lot of like, okay, but why women and why now? It's interesting because the men are going to feel a little bit lost because the structures of power are not going to be there for them necessarily, okay. So it's a different, it's more of a community, not it's not about, it's like community, okay. You know how women tend to be the center of the family, or like they take care of people, you know what I mean, in families in general. But it's kind of like making communities is also something that women do well, you know what I mean, like in terms of like making sure everybody's taken care. I don't know, it's something like this, okay. But why, okay, why the moon? It's also saying that the moon, guys, is so interesting. The moon signals a new era. It's gonna be the new era. The moon announces the new era. It's over. It's over. It's over for them, okay? It's saying the moon is, it's over for them. How are they gonna know? Is Bar gonna know that it's gonna be over? Yeah. Yeah. Because guys, but this is interesting. It makes sense. I told you guys before about those. Imagine those Koch brother people. They invested their whole lives in lying. They invested the whole lot, lying. Oh, thank you guys. No, but don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about me, but it's everybody, you know what I mean? I'm just happen to be in this position like, the momentarily, you know what I mean? But it's like everybody, But it's so interesting, okay? So interesting. Because you know what it is? It feels so intense, like what I see, and I think you too, right, Joanne? Like it probably feels kind of intense, and so I don't quite understand what it is, okay? But I feel like imagine, okay, guys, it's hard for us to imagine a world without the Koch brothers and those people lying all constantly on television and all this stuff. Like it'd be nice, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just even thinking that they without the type of like resistance, okay? So, okay. Guys, no, okay, I'm getting okay, then I have to go because now it's already, but I just started the last thing, okay? It's kind of interesting. I'm trying to understand. So, how I was telling you about shifting the energy, okay? I think you know what it is? We don't even use our powers anymore. Okay? We have these powers that and this is almost like I remember reading it like it seems like kind of not hokey or like, but it's true is that we have these intense powers to shift energy and we don't use it, okay. We don't use it, so I have to prepare for it now. I'm talking about it, guys, okay. Okay, so it's kind of like okay, I'll talk about it more, but I think it's like shifting. You know what? It's almost like I think we have a role in this energetic shift. That's what it is, a huge energetic shift. Okay. And I have now I feel, long story to tell you about this sense of like this wind sound, okay? Like this quick vibrational shift of the earth, okay? So yeah, so guys, it's kind of crazy, okay? So yeah, this is right. Interesting. That's why I don't like organized religion. They want us to be powerful. It's kind of interesting here. It's not that I'm against religion in some ways, but it's kind of true that we're made to not waken up to our own powers. You know what I mean? Where I have to like listen to someone else. Like, oh, look at the guy. Kind of like Trump. Like he wants people to follow him blindly. They can't change. They can't question him. They have to accept everything he says. He's like a messiah or something, but he's not. He's obviously a fake prophet. Okay, so interesting. CMs as we used to come at the elements exactly. So okay, okay, guys. I'm gonna go. Okay, it's a lot of food for thoughts. Okay, so but we're back. I'm back on Friday. Okay, I'm writing about this. I'm serious. Like it's interesting. I think it makes sense. We're all kind of going to this shift, and it's gonna make more sense. Okay. Okay. Wow. So I'm gonna go and then we continue conversations, okay? But just to, just to think about it until next time, okay? So, okay? Okay. So have a good evening. Okay, guys, have a good evening. It's interesting. It's like think about it, more. And then we'll see it's our celebration on Friday, okay? Okay. So you guys, okay, so it's good. It's good. I feel, you know what, guys, I have a good feeling, even though it sounded scary. It sounds scary, okay? So, okay, but you know, okay. All right. So see you later, alligators. Okay. It's good. Okay, it's gonna end up good, but it's kind of scary. Okay. Yes, it's very very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. Bye. But we'll talk more, John. Okay. Okay. Bye.